Hello, welcome back to Tarot by Andy. Thank you for being here. This is my vibrational reading. Please do your own research for entertainment purposes and allegedly. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and thank you for the super thanks. And thank you for being here, and thank you for all the well wishes. I am starting to feel better, and hopefully everything will resolve quickly. So Harry is not doing probably very good. A couple hours ago it came in that his court case did not go in his favor. The judge ruled against him. He still has one more court case against the son. I think that would be his last. Not sure entirely. I guess I need to look at that. But otherwise, you know, can't be doing too good. Unless, of course, secretly, subconsciously, he was hoping he would lose for whatever reasons. So that maybe he can piss and moan some more. Who knows? Sometimes that goes on. So let's find out, how's he coping? How's Harry coping? How is Harry coping? How is Harry coping today? How is Harry coping today? How are you coping today? There we go. The world. He feels like the world's against him. That's just a very negative conclusion. So he feels that they lack empathy for him. It's an ongoing issue. So for him, it's not over. It is just going to be ongoing. It's going to be wash and repeat, washing machine, the hamster wheel. I'll do this again. He does have another chance with the sun. So there you have it. It is an ongoing issue. It's not resolved 100%. So he probably has a sliver of hope. He feels like a traitor. They're traitors. They're traitors. They have no empathy for me. I wish they'd take a new perspective here with me. They can't see what I see. This here is regrets. There is this repetition compulsion issue with Harry, with the world in reverse. So definitely victimhood. Very definitely negative conclusion, since it's a 10 in reverse. He doesn't feel like it's, he's getting the closure he wants. It's a negative closure. He can't start his life. How am I supposed to start my life? How am I supposed to take a new perspective when everyone's against me? This is sort of the traitor victim and also sort of victim right there as well. Two negative conclusions. So he feels overly burdened here with the 10 of Wands in reverse. He would like to release that burden. He knows he can release it if he wanted to. He doesn't have to carry this burden. It's really a burden he's creating with this wash and repeat behavior and repetition compulsion and his victim mindset and his own lack of empathy, but claiming others have a lack of empathy for him. And really, he doesn't have to keep doing these lawsuits. It's another negative conclusion with the 10, because the 10 of Wands is another negative conclusion with the 10 in reverse. So two negative, it's just, yeah, here, he doesn't feel he could start anything. It's a 12. It's valued at 12. So, it's a 2 and a 1 in reverse. So there's a lack of dualities here. How am I supposed to pair up with people? How am I supposed to have positive conclusions? How am I supposed to take first steps and create balance and have choices in my life when everyone's against me? And how am I supposed to have a new focus and spark and seed new beginnings when everyone's against me? And then this one here is a 1 and a 0 in reverse, so you can read it that way as well. For all those that are learning tarot, you can read it with the numbers. That 10 is a 1 and a 0 in reverse. So how am I supposed to spark new beginnings? And 0, I obviously went down the wrong path, the fool's path in reverse, so I went down the wrong path. So I would say he's probably self-flagellating a bit because nobody can see his perspective with that hangman in reverse. What else can I say? Hangman in reverse, definitely victim mind. He will not sacrifice himself for the media in his mind. He's feeling like everybody's selfish except for me. He doesn't like the traitor label. He has this fear of commitment and sacrifice to other people, but to himself, because it's that victim mindset and that very self-focus. With the hangman in reverse is very, very self-focused. They tend to be completely self-focused. They're so self-focused that they can't spark new beginnings because it's all about them. They cannot sacrifice themselves for other people but for themselves. That's why it's considered the traitor card in this position. And so basically with the 2 in reverse there, since it's valued at 12, he's just nothing but disharmony. He has nothing but opposition for other people, and he just wants to escape it. So there's that cowardly energy there with that. He would like to break free from it, but he's stuck because he started it. Let's get to the focal point here. It's not idealistic for him. It's putting out a very negative message about who he is as a person with the Page of Cups in reverse. Yeah, Page of Cups in reverse there. So he does not feel like he is able to have any new beginnings. He cannot heal through therapy. He has not healed through therapy. There's no pleasant surprises coming. It's just a negative message being sent out to the world. He knows he's not idealistic. He's no longer that cheeky, chappy Harry that people thought he was. You know, the head up in the clouds is now very heavily clouded to the point of depression. So head up in the clouds has turned into a serious depression, I would say. He has very poor emotional growth. He's like a walking dark cloud everywhere he goes because he's got that traitor energy there, and he's like this walking dark cloud who used to be considered a nice guy, is no longer there. No one's going to spark anything new with him. People are going to view him as emotional immaturity, poor emotional growth. He's lost all inspiration of what he's going to do. It's a very negative announcement. He's very wounded, very vulnerable. So once again, another victim position. And he is not healed through therapy. He's not in a position to tell anyone how to heal, since he is never healed, and likely there's a chance he never will, because it's just a serious mental illness that he has. I mean, he can work on improving his life, but it's always going to be that knee-jerk reaction to go back into that position, because, you know, typically that's what happens. So, unfortunately, past position, very fighting energy. He went on the attack. This is his war. He created this situation with the Knight of Swords. He took the action, the movement to create change for himself, and it's very fighting energy. So he went for it. It's a message of caution. He put out that message of caution about media and how it's warped his life and sense of urgency. It's a focus that he never wanted to waver from, and it no longer serves him anymore. So he sees that he's losing the battle here. It just came unexpectedly for him, this message. So this fighting is looking like it's a losing battle. Hidden energy here is he's hoping to get money with the money wheel of the wheel. He's hoping that subconsciously, since this is sort of a hidden energy here, that he can make some money. So we all know this has all been about making money to match what William got. William got $1 million. I should get $1 million. So it's about the money. It's not about the cause. It's about money. And he doesn't want people to know that. He thinks that money is what's deserving to him because he's always been resentful. He's always been petulant. He's always emotionally immature, arrested development. He's not an adult. He is a young child. In this position, he's very adolescent. He's not even a teenager. This is a 0 to 12 years old card. And it's in reverse. Upright is up to 12 years old. We have it in reversed here, folks, okay? So since it's in reverse, it's probably more like a 6-year-old. We're dealing with the mindset of a 6-year-old, probably. So this is like a 6-year-old tantrum. Let's go into the future. He's not going to get what he wants. He's going to lose. He will not be able to maintain this pattern of behavior because it's a 4 of Pentacles in reverse. Upright 4 of Pentacles is maintaining and holding ground and holding that boundary and continuing the behavior. It's at a loss here. He's not going to get what he wants. He cannot hold tight onto it. He cannot even hold tight onto his money because he keeps spending it on lawsuits, hoping to get a big payday. He's losing as he's spending. He's not living up to his lifestyle. He's spending more than he makes and what he brings in. So it's going through. It's just like money pouring through his fingertips, okay? He might as well be driving down the road and throwing money out the window. Let's hear. He needs to let go of it all. So he needs to let go of this pattern of behavior. He's overextended himself. He's being told no. He just cannot hang on anymore. This is letting go. He has to let go. So basically, it's bad for business. He's a terrible business person. And he knows that with the nostalgia, there's a lot of pain. The past is gone. The past is gone. It's no longer here. The 6 of Cups, he knows darn well that he's plagued by memories. He knows he came from a good home. He knows that love was there. He knows that, he's idolizing the past at this point in time. He's idolizing what he used to have. The happy childhood, the youthful desires, the welcoming home, the comforts of home, the very sentimental energy. This is very, very sentimental card. Knowing with those dogs, the love was there. The loyalty was there. Loyalty means everything. You're good luck finding loyalty outside of family, okay? If you have a decent family, good luck finding it if they were always there to support you and pick you up every time you fell on your face, which he has done many times. And now he has to let it go. This is, you know, it's very bittersweet. He's very much, it's a very sentimental card. So he's feeling very sentimental about what he used to have. And he knows the only way he's going to have any chance with him, he's got to let go of this behavior. Going to the outside influences. Yeah, nobody loves him. Nobody loves you, Harry. It's because he doesn't love himself, nor does Harry love other people. So this basically is kind of karmic here, feeling. He doesn't understand emotional intelligence. He doesn't have emotional intelligence. He doesn't understand the human condition. Back to being highly arrested development here, not understanding emotions. These two cards here kind of scream highly antisocial personality disorder traits. If not on the line, the toe's on the line. Very highly antisocial. So this goes back to his black and white thinking, painting everyone black, you're evil, you're against me. It's either he loves you or he hates you. He flips and flops. Those emotions switch on a dime. They can have one bad day and just put them on pause. The next day, probably those problems will be gone. Because he is so erratic and dramatic with his emotions, because he doesn't understand himself, nor does he understand other people, because he's like a 6-year-old. So that's a 6-year-old having a tantrum that does not understand the human condition. He cannot maintain his feelings for very long. He falls apart emotionally very quickly with the King of Cups in reverse. It's basically manipulation. He's trying to manipulate the court. And basically he's not getting the response he wanted. So it's a negative response to his court case, to his fight. He's having, right now, currently, as I speak, more than likely, he's feeling very turbulent. He knows he's immature. He's not at peace. There's absolutely no peace. There's no forgiveness inside him. He knows the public also won't forgive him. He doesn't have the ability to refrain from his own emotions or his impulses. He flies off the handle because he's an arrested development child. He doesn't have balance. There is no calmness inside him. He lacks generosity. It's a very narcissist position. I like to refer to this as the narcissist position. It's like a narcissist. Basically, a young arrested development child is kind of like a narcissist, because only their needs matter. It's not till they get through a little more phases of emotional development that they start to realize they have to have concern for other people. But he's kind of trapped. He's completely trapped in that arrested development of being like a 6-year-old. So this goes back to my whole point of him having arrested development, which I've been saying for over three and a half years now, about Harry basically being, he's a man-child. This is a man-child having a fit. And he doesn't get it. How can he get it? How can he? Not only does he have low IQ, he has low emotional IQ. There are 4 kinds of IQs: the regular IQ, emotional IQ, social IQ, and adversity IQ. I would say not only does he have low IQ, he has low emotional IQ. He has in the past had a decent social IQ, but when it comes to adversity IQ, he loses his cool. So he's got 3 IQs down and only 1 up. Let's get to the hopes and fears. Yeah. He's hoping it will go somehow in his favor with some sort of truth. He's also looking to Markle. Markle was his truth. Markle was his mommy, was his ice cold mommy here that is holding out here, waiting for the outcome. So he's probably in some kind of communication with her, with the Queen of Swords upright, because she is my Queen of Swords, who's that ruthless, cold energy, the cold queen in the deck, who thinks she's right. So he was following what Meghan wanted him to do. That is his mommy, because he's 6 years old with arrested development. That mommy told me to do it, so I was doing what mommy told me to do. Let's get to the next position here. And mommy was wrong with the Ace of Swords in reverse. It was a very poor decision, lack of insight, and super bad. And now mommy and him are cut out from each other. They're not even talking right now. They're not speaking with that sword down. They're not even communicating on a clear note right now. So right now they're cutting each other out with the divorce, and the speaking terms are down. And also because she's cold and ruthless, she's probably trying to deny and deflect as well, because she doesn't care, because she's so cold. Even though the Queen of Swords has a strong regard for the truth, at that time and point when he believed her, he thought that everything would go in his favor and go upright. that he believed her wholeheartedly. And that's just because he's a little boy listening to mommy. So it was wrong. It was wrong in every sense of the word. So basically it was clouded judgment on his part. It was for unknoble purposes. And now there's this cutting out energy between them, kind of like surgery. They've cut each other out. It's like a surgical cutoff. So he probably feels like he has his left arm amputated because she's not talking to him now. So there's this lack of talking. There's a lot of painful words being spoken. It was all for unknoble purposes, which was to gain money, and just to take down the establishment and make the royal family look bad. And he knows it. He knows it. And it was really dumb. So not only that, that's that low emotional IQ right there. Let's get to the center of the deck. What we have here is he would like to free himself from this mental prison of the 8 of Swords in reverse. So he would like to recover and heal. But in this position, I would say he's relapsing at this point in time of feeling pretty bad and most likely feeling like he's in a really bad place. It's a self-limiting belief system. The 8 of Swords is all about putting yourself in that mental cage, in that mental prison. Just like he was saying, being in the family was a mental prison. Well, he freed himself by her poor judgment. And now he's wondering, what did I do with myself? You know, I need to heal. This is a deeply embedded subconscious thinking on his end. And what did she do with her cruel energy and her cruelty with her sword down and her lies? She used that weakness of Harry to her advantage, as any parasitic, psychopathic, highly psychopathic, sociopathic female Markle would do. She got her talons into him, and she dug him in deep, and she carried away with him, basically separating him with her talons so she can have control. That's why he had to let go of his family, so she can have full, utter control. He knows this. He realizes this. This is coming to his forefront of his conscious thinking. It's not such a subconscious thing now. It's really becoming a reality for him because he knows he's not in that mental cage anymore. That freedom that she said she can give him was all a lie. And he's realizing it now with this Ace of Wands. He gave the approval. He knows he's guilty for that. He gave the thumbs up. The Ace of Wands is my thumbs up card. That is going for it. I'm going for it. Let's do it. And it's just was poor insight. It was clouded judgment. The whole thing, the whole remarriage has been nothing but lies, deception, unknoble purposes. And he said, yes, I'm in. Let me out of this royal cage. But the royal cage didn't give him anything. So with that Ace of Wands upright, he was very ambitious. It's a very phallic symbol. So she seduced him with that phallic symbol. That was part of the ploy in her talons in getting deep into his flesh, was through sex with a little boy who thought it was just the greatest thing. It's very easy to manipulate an emotionally arrested development person when they never truly felt emotionally connected, when they lacked total emotional connection, and someone didn't feel like they were loved, or they felt less than or injured or wounded. They don't understand what love really truly looks like. So if you don't understand or you can't truly feel connection, you will fall for a person like this. You will fall for a person like that because you don't truly understand what it looks like or feels like because you can't feel it yourself. When you can't feel it yourself, sorry, those are in the wrong positions, you're an easy prey by someone like Meghan. And so that's what he's feeling right now. I feel a lot of regret here, a lot of remorse for the choices and going along with the snake energy. This is not going well for him. Not at all. And he was all in. It was the sex that sucked him in. As we know, the stories out there were any place, anytime Markle, they were busted in the palace, embarrassingly so, getting caught in public places. I don't know if you've heard those stories, but this goes way back. She was seducing him all over the place, okay, you guys? It didn't matter when or where, she was seducing him. And that gave him this sense of freedom through his phallic. he was thinking with the little head, not the big head, you guys, because he doesn't have much thought going on. With the IQ being so low, emotional IQ so low, this arrested development, the only thing he had was a socialness on any level, because it was very playful energy at one time. So at one time, he was a very playful, young, arrested development still, which was a 12-year-old. So his social IQ was still a 12-year-old social IQ. So not a good day for Harry, not at all. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Till next time, like and subscribe. And thank you so much for all your love and concern. And don't worry about me. I am going to be just fine. Okay, you guys, bye. Thank you. Give it a likes and subscribe.